It all started with a quiet hum. At first, I thought it was just a mosquito or some summer insect buzzing around our backyard. But as I looked up, shielding my eyes from the sun's glare, I saw it, a sleek black drone, hovering just above my fence line, its tiny camera lens fixed squarely on my backyard. My name is Rachel Bennett, and I moved into Evergreen Glade 3 months ago with my 2 kids, hoping for a fresh start after my divorce. It was the kind of neighborhood where lawns were always trimmed, kids rode bikes until dusk, and neighbors smiled while walking their golden retrievers. But that drone, that wasn't in the welcome brochure. I waved at it. Nothing. It just kept hovering like a silent, judgmental eye. It felt invasive, eerie even. I quickly ushered my kids inside. Over dinner, my son Max asked, "Mom, why does that robot keep watching us?" I didn't have an answer. The next morning, I approached my next-door neighbor, Thomas Grover, a quiet, tech-obsessed retiree with an immaculately maintained lawn and an oddly cold smile. I had seen him flying a drone a few times before, but I had assumed it was a harmless hobby. "Hey, Thomas," I began, trying to sound friendly. "I think your drone was over my yard yesterday." He didn't even blink. "It's within FAA regulations. I was testing a new aerial mapping mode." I hesitated. "It was pretty low. It felt intrusive." He gave a dry laugh. "You're new. You'll get used to the way things work around here." That phrase stuck with me. By the end of the week, I had counted 4 separate times the drone hovered near or over my property. It even appeared once while I was sunbathing, until I scrambled for a towel and ran inside. I filed a formal complaint with the HOA, confident they'd handle it. 2 days later, I received an official letter, not for Thomas, but for me. Subject: Backyard umbrella violation. Notice: your backyard umbrella violates HOA height and color code rules. Please remove it or face a $100 fine. Seriously? That's what they chose to enforce? Frustrated, I attended the monthly HOA meeting. Seated around the long table in the clubhouse were the usual suspects: Nancy Carmichael, the president who wore pearls and a smile sharp enough to cut glass, Ken, the grumpy treasurer, and of course Thomas, serving as the neighborhood watch liaison. "Drone surveillance is not in violation of any HOA rule," Nancy said sweetly after I voiced my concerns. "However, loud music, unsightly umbrellas, and yard clutter are." She looked directly at me. I felt the message loud and clear. "You're the problem here." It wasn't just me anymore. Soon, my neighbor across the street, Maria, knocked on my door. "Have you noticed that drone flying over your place too?" she asked. "I found it hovering over my daughter's birthday party." Together, we started asking around. At least 5 families had similar stories. The drone often circled over backyards, windows, even bedrooms. Everyone was uncomfortable, but no one wanted to challenge the HOA. That's when I decided to fight back, with proof. I installed a motion-sensitive camera aimed at the sky above my backyard. A week later, I had clear footage. Thomas's drone descending to under 20 feet, hovering for nearly 5 minutes, camera visibly pointed at my daughter's bedroom window. That was it. I burned the footage onto a flash drive and brought it to the next HOA meeting, this time with Maria and 2 other neighbors in tow. "Let me show you something," I said, standing up in front of the board. I plugged the flash drive into the projector and hit play. The room fell silent. Nancy's smile faded. "Where did you get this?" "From my own security system," I replied. "And I've already filed a report with the local police." Thomas stood up abruptly. "This is slander. You can't accuse me of something based on drone footage. This is public airspace." "But my bedroom window is not public airspace," I snapped. I had the room's attention now. Several other residents began chiming in, sharing their experiences. Thomas turned red. He demanded the footage be removed from the record, but it was too late. The HOA now had to address it. And yet, 2 days later, I received another violation notice. This time, for having security cameras mounted at an unsanctioned angle. It was clear, this wasn't just about a drone anymore. It was about control.